Hey there, Damo here. We've just finished recording guitar parts for the forthcoming All Hail Dog EP. Josh played pretty brilliantly. We got that done the other day. A bit of a mess in here now. Before I tidy it up, I thought I'd just walk through the setup that we had going for it. It's fairly bog standard in some ways, but there's a couple of things that are worth mentioning. So I will turn the camera around and we can have a look at the mess that's on my floor. Right, we'll start with the guitarist that isn't there right now. Although I can probably put him in. Let's have a bit of Josh. There he was. So his guitars were feeding straight into the DI box down here. Not particularly good DI, but it's the one we had. Obviously taking the clean signal out of that straight to the desk, and the other signal into his Boss effects, whatever you call it, rack, box. Comes quite like this thing. It's pretty cool. And we've taken the clean signal, what would be the output of this, which has obviously the effects on, as another input straight into the desk, because there's some great sounds that come straight out of this that we can use. But then the other output feeds into our tent of doom. Obviously the amp's under here, right? You get that. And we covered it over just to get rid of any unwanted ambience and reflections and so on and so forth. Just keep it as absolutely dead as possible under there. So I shall remove the tent so we can have a look at what's inside. All right, just like magic, here we go. Underneath is a classic vintage Fender red knob single speaker model, which belongs to a friend of mine who's kindly lent it here for us in the studio. We've been using it in rehearsals, and the sound of it in combination with Josh's pedal board down here sounds great, so we decided we were going to use it for the recordings. It's just got a naturally in your face kind of sound, which is perfect. It's great. And obviously got the obligatory 57 pointing just off of the center of the cone down there. But then I've also added, because I like to have options when I'm mixing, a couple of other mics which are very tightly packed and in phase with each other still, no issues with that. But what I've got is one of my tom mics, the E604, which gives a really aggressive tone coming off a cab. I actually love the sound of that. Just for when you want a bit of extra grit and distortion, I will be pushing that in. And then on the other flip side of things, I've got my very lovely, clean sounding SE Titan, which I can use to add in some top in some of the more dainty passages that Josh has played. And as filler, I can mix between each of these 5 inputs, including the DIs, for variety and spice throughout the tunes. So these then feed to the desk, obviously. The Titan goes straight into the interface. The 604 and the 57, we've added some Behringer, follow the lines. We've used the preamps on this puppy. This is a desk, it's basically the PA desk in the room here. I used to use this back in the day for my live drum setup. But the preamps on this are kind of not desirable for anything except for electric guitar. They add a bit of extra grr to guitar inputs. They've been used by a lot of people over the years. I'm not going to name names, but I'm sure you'd find out if you looked it up online. But yeah, this gives an extra little bit of grit and energy to the sound. I haven't done anything on the desk. It's flat EQ, flat everything. I've just used the preamps up there, pushed them up slightly just to give a little bit of edge to the sound. But that's it. And then those go into the Focusrite down here, which is then ADAT over to the interfaces. So then I've got the 5 inputs that I can play with for the mixes. That's about it, really. I think I put a limiter on the input from Josh's pedal board. Just as an option on the way in on the RME. But that's that. So there you go. That's the way we've recorded it. Sounds great. What's come in. I'm looking forward to mixing it. I haven't got anything to play you at the moment, but certainly will in due course. Look out for our EP, which will be coming as soon as I can get, obviously, bass next, and then vocals and mixing a little bit down the line still, but it'll be there soon. If you like this sort of content, give me a subscribe, thumbs up, put a comment below if you think anything was wrong, bad, interesting, whatever, about this setup. Otherwise, till the next time, take it easy.